doing, guys?
Hi.
This is going to be a review for Gerald's Game in 1922 that we got from stinkytuna.com. So we're just going to tell you about both movies and what we thought of them. So the first one we're going to talk about is Gerald's Game that came out in 2017. And it's a film adaptation of a Stephen King novel that stars Carla Gugino as Jesse Burlingame and Bruce Greenwood that plays Gerald Burlingame. And this, pretty much the movie is about a woman and her husband that go to their summer home a week early to spice up their marriage. When her husband dies and she is handcuffed to the bed with no hope of rescue, she begins hearing voices and seeing strange visions. It's directed by Mike Flanagan. And pretty much what I thought of the film, I thought it was shot really well. I liked the color palette. A lot of it was filmed pretty much at night. And it kept you anxious throughout the film, because you didn't really know what was going on. And her being trapped to the bed, it's just a lot of anxiety was happening.
Yes. With,
the visions that she was seeing and the different things that we were seeing. You didn't really know what was reality and what was really happening. There's something that goes on with a dog that just, every time you saw that dog, it's like your senses just kind of changed every time that dog was, in the film.
That was one of the scenes that made me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. I thought, like I said, all in all, the way it was completely shot and the way it was done, to me, it was very well done. After, later on in the film, different things that pretty much happened and went on, some of it I didn't understand. It took me a little bit to think about it after the film was over to, put some of the pieces together, because some of it was, I didn't get it in the moment. But all in all, I thought it was a decent film. What did you think?
It kept you thinking. I liked the color. It was good. I agree with you on that. There were some scenes, like you said, about the dog that made me feel uncomfortable. But the visions were interesting, and it was a lot of back and forth for me. But the first, I want to say, 20 minutes or so were good. I like that opening.
So what do you... what did you give it for a rating?
I give my rating a 3 out of 5.
And I give it pretty much a 3.5. I really, really liked this film. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
So the second film we're going to be talking about is 1922. This movie also came out in 2017, and it is also a film adaptation of a Stephen King novel. This pretty much stars Thomas Jane as Wilfred James, Dylan Schmidt as Henry James, and Molly Parker as Arlene James. And the film pretty much is about a rancher that conspires to kill his wife for financial gain and convinces his son to participate. And pretty much all the craziness that ensues after. It's directed by Zach Hildreth, and pretty much, all the craziness that ensues after. So what did you think of the film?
I actually like this film more than Gerald's Game, honestly. I like the story. There was a good flow to it. I actually like the idea that the father tries to get the son in on the murder of his wife. And there's several things that happen, and there's some good imagery. For those of you that don't like rats, I don't suggest this movie. But I actually enjoyed it.
Me, I thought, I was totally opposite with her. I actually liked Gerald's Game a lot more. I thought 1922 was good, but it wasn't great. I thought Thomas Jane was really good in the film. I thought his son was okay.
I didn't think he was great, but
yeah,
he was a little more than okay.
Some of the stuff was kind of not believable to me story-wise. And
yeah, I can see that.
yeah, there's a scene early in the movie when a cop shows up at the house and everything that goes on with that. I just thought it was kind of unbelievable.
Too much?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just seems, something else should have happened, but it didn't. But, they're going off of pretty much a Stephen King novel. As she said, there's a thing with rats in this movie, and I didn't know that because movies with any film with rats, I stay away from it like the plague. I hate rats. Rats are the only thing that terrify me, and
see you later. It gets an all-day pass.
This movie had a ton of rats in it, but I thought it was good. Pretty much everything that went on with Thomas Jane and Dylan Schmidt, the father and son, their dialogue and them going back and forth, I thought was really good. But, to me, maybe by the third act, I was kind of getting, I just wanted to see where this movie was going. And I was pretty much done with watching it after the whole rat scene. I was just like, I just kind of, not checked out, but I was just like, I just want to see where this movie went. Gerald's Game kept me more on the edge of my seat of, what's going to happen next. This one kind of fell flat to me I was just getting kind of bored.
Yeah, Gerald's Game will leave you more on the edge of your seat.
Yeah. So, what did you give it?
I give it actually a 3.5.
And I'm going to give this movie a weak 3. I won't say it's lower than 3, but I say it's a weak 3.
You're pulling teeth, giving it a 3.
Exactly. It's pulling teeth to give it a 3. Also, what I wanted to talk about on this release is, on top of the 2 movies, I want to talk about the special features. Special features on this is pretty much trailers. There's a bunch of trailers on here. And as well as screen reactions to Gerald's Game from Netflix employees. Pretty much a couple of the scenes from the movie and just people from Netflix watching it and pretty much
thoughts.
Yeah, their thoughts and how squeamish it made them. But all in all, I thought this was a really great release. Both movies looked crystal clear. They looked really good. Oh, and on top of one of the things I wanted to mention, Gerald's Game had a great soundtrack. That was another thing that we both mentioned. Yeah. Gerald's Game had a really good soundtrack. The music in Gerald's Game was really, really good. We both enjoyed it. But, like I said, I would say, if you like Stephen King adaptations, films, I would say definitely it's worth the pickup or worth watching them on Netflix. We both enjoyed them well enough that it's going to stay on our shelf. So, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you didn't like it, hey, videos before and after. It's a review. We're not great at them. If you want to subscribe to us, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell, and we'll have more videos from you. If you want to leave a comment down below about anything that we talked about, either film.
If you picked it up?
Yeah, if you picked it up. If you've watched either film on Netflix, what did you think of it? If you read the books even, are the books way different than the films? Let us know. But until next time, guys.
Bye.
Bye.